Rock.
And I'm Rafiq.
Who are you?
I'm Kris.
And this is Conversippin. Hey! Oh my god. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
I love it. Well, this is Kris.
Yes.
And Kris, you are a model, a philanthropist,
A
dancer, a singer, a director of developmental training
Yes.
Yeah.
for McDonald's. It's a lot of hats.
I mean, hello.
Jack of all trades.
Yes. And you have such good skin.
Well, thank you. You know, it's important to drink your water and your wine.
Oh, yes. You must hydrate.
Must
You
hydrate.
must hydrate.
Speaking of wine, what are we drinking today?
This is a menage a trois.
Oh, well, I mean, there's three of us. Bye, guys.
It's the name.
It's a red blend. I like menage a trois. So if you are a beginning wine drinker, red blends are going to be where you want to be. It's not too dry. It's a little sweet, so it's got a little wetness to your palate. Goes very well with chicken and salad and fruit and cheese.
Well, I mean, that sounds like all my food groups, so we're good.
Yeah. And a really great price point. So like a 10, maybe 10.
Oh, that's not bad.
10, 12 a bottle.
Not bad at all.
Get it at any major grocery store.
What do you think of it?
It's delicious. I can definitely taste the hints of sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
The jury is in.
Yes.
We all like it.
Oh, wait, do you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a bit. So now Brock does not like red wine.
Oh.
No. That's a very strong
That's because he
accusation.
don't like it.
I have moments of despair when it comes to red.
Wow. I love that so quickly.
But this is good. I like it. So go get it.
Yeah.
Despair.
Red blends.
Mm-hmm. All right. So enough about wine. Yeah, because it's going to be on here and it's going to be gone soon. We keep talking about I'm going to be drinking the whole thing. Oh, so Kris.
Yes.
Hi. So, I guess today we're talking about.
Have you all ever had feelings of deja vu?
Yes.
Yes.
Funny you mentioned that because it's happened more now than it ever has.
Okay. And so, with your deja vu, do you all believe that it is like a premonition that you may have had in the past, or is this your past life now interacting with your present or future life?
Oh, yeah. So that's what we're talking about today, guys. We're talking about present, future, and past life and deja vu. You feeling this? You following it? We got this. We got this. I have several theories.
Okay.
And I can't go over all of them because you might be sitting there for hours. But one of my theories, and this is something I don't know, it's been repetitive in my throughout my life of how I keep coming back to this. It's like I forget about it for a little bit and then it just comes back to me. But I feel that as life, we live it, and if we don't live it the way we were supposed to, we come back again. And we keep coming until we do it exactly how we were supposed to do it. And then we go on to somewhere better. That's what I feel. And it's weird that, I don't know, it's like, I feel like it's like you get a redo. You keep getting a redo until you get it right. But it's almost like torture because I think later, if you've done it multiple times, like you start having all the visions, like the premonitions, and you're seeing it and you're like, okay. And if it's happening more and more, it's like maybe you've done it more than others. I don't know, does that make sense?
Okay, I can get with that. I personally think or theorize that time is not linear.
What's linear?
Linear.
I mean, I do linear equations and math, whatever.
Linear equations are the expression of a line. And so when linear is just in a line.
Straight.
Okay.
In a straight line. So
I'm definitely not linear.
Absolutely.
You are. Hey,
No.
do not believe you're linear. I don't think anyone is, actually.
No.
People are quite complex. So I don't think that time as a construct is linear, and therefore it's completely possible for the past and the present and the future to intersect. Right. Yeah.
That's real
I can use as example the people that you've never met but feel really close to.
Okay. Yeah, because there are some people.
And maybe there are times there that you are in you have a decision to make, and you feel almost like you already know the decision that you're going to make.
What they call gut feeling.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like drives your instinct, and I think it would explain deja vu a lot.
Yeah.
So, I guess the biggest question is how much of that overlapping or congruence of time are we cognitive of? Yeah, strap up, folks.
We're suppressing many of those versions inside and not being self-aware of what things we have done in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
One could also argue, this is quantum theory, so one could also argue that reality isn't an individual, it's not a singularity, it's a quantum construct of multiple pathways, and every decision that you make creates another link in the reality chain.
Okay. So you have a decision, you've made this decision, and it creates these other doors opening, and then you go through another door, now there's more doors.
Right.
And it's okay. But if you went in the other door, there would be separate doors.
Right.
Oh.
Well, let's add on to that. Let's add on to that. Quantum theory goes on to say that in each of the pathways is a reality. So in every decision you make, there's one version of you that makes the decision, and there's another version of you that makes the other decision. And then at certain pathways, those two pathways converge. And at that point, deja vu happens.
I feel like there's some other people that have your same theory, because there is a game based on exactly what you're speaking of. Yes, there is a video game where it gives you a choice, and that choice leads to a different outcome.
Is it like Assassin's Creed?
No, it wasn't Assassin's Creed. It's something else. I will put it in the corner for you guys to check it out once I remember the name.
That was a point.
I'll figure it out. You guys will find out. But
production
I'll
didn't give me a cue. I didn't know.
Bad production.
Production, get it together.
Casper, I told you.
We on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
I think that's really
my feelings, for me personally, when I've had deja vu, I have always dreamed what happens to me ahead of time.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like you were saying, it's not linear. I feel like part of all of us, well, me personally, because this is my personal experience, it's like your future self is like giving you hints of what's about to happen, so or like a premonition.
Okay.
And so then when things happen, then that's when the feeling of deja vu comes to me, and then it's like, a lot of times you can't remember your dreams sometimes, but every single time I'm able to remember that dream, like, oh, this happened. So it's definitely deep.
Okay. Well, I've had that as well. It's gonna. I always have a story for everything.
Oh my God, let's take story time.
So when I was, how old was I? I was really young. I think I was like, I want to say I was like 6, 7 years old. And I went to sleep at night. And I dreamt that my great aunt passed away. And I lived her death in my dream. So I was her in the dream and died. So, and then the next morning I wake up and like my grandmother was waking me up and she was like, she tells me, she's like, you're great, you know, my sister was her sister. And she's like, she died. And she told me how she died. And it scared me because I felt that I caused it because I dreamt it. And so it made me not want to speak of my dreams at that early age because she died by getting hit by a car. She went and got groceries, and I can still see it in my eyes. And she went to go get groceries. She lived in Maryland. She walked to the grocery store because you don't really drive a lot there. She gets hit. She goes up and comes down. Groceries everywhere. And in her head, oh my God, I'm not trying to get emotional. In her head, she's having her final thoughts, and I also hear those thoughts. Yeah, it wasn't the only time it's happened in my life, but it has happened, and it's creepy. Not creepy. I don't say creepy. Then it was probably creepy.
It's unnerving. I think unnerving. Unnerving is a good word for it.
Because it also happened with my great uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things is, do I say something? Can I intervene? Because his happened like a week or two before. So do I say something to them and be like, hey, this is going to happen? Or do I just let it ride out? Do I change the outcome if I say something about it? Does someone else die in their place? If I so it's like I don't want to mess with balance.
Like Final Destination.
Something like that.
Fan fiction aside, but I think that we are complex creatures, and if we talk about just like the energy, right? So sometimes you see things, or your brain lets you see things so that it prepares you for the eventuality, right? So I don't think that all, like, the people that have premonitions or precognitive abilities, I don't think you see the future in order to change the future. More so prepare yourself for the possibility of that future.
But
because I also firmly believe in you controlling your own fate.
That's true.
What if it's that early on in my years? Why was I mean, you know, how would that prepare? I mean, I understand as an adult, and if I see something for myself and, you know, trying to prepare me for something that I may not be able to handle if it came at me without any pre-warning. I get that 100%. But like, I feel like as a 6-year-old seeing this, what was the purpose?
Well, you're not always going to be 6, right? So it could be preparing you for...
I don't know, I might still be.
Well, so look, we all grow, right? So everything that lives dies. So maybe it's just preparing you for another hard hit fact
later in life. And that could be true, because, you know, I've had my experience with death recently, 3 years ago, almost to the day. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I could see that.
It could be a number of things.
Because it sounds like, and I don't know if you all believe in astral projection.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So stepping outside of your body and seeing things.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because your experience sounds like you were actually, since you were living it, like you almost astral projected yourself inside of her. And that is very unnerving.
Yeah. Because again, that wasn't the only time that happened. It's happened at least 3 times in my life.
Oh wow.
And it's happened exactly how the dream was, and I heard their final thoughts.
Well, they would call you have a gift.
Oh. And I've been called many things, but a gift has never been one.
I remember a story where you might have been gifted. One area or another.
Well, can get
I
to
mean,
that.
A little step down.
So that's a lot. I feel like there could be a whole series on this topic, honestly.
It's all theories.
Yeah.
There's no way to really know. Well, I mean, you can take the word of a goddess, because I'm a goddess, but you know, goddesses are known to lie. Anyway.
Then I'm not a goddess. Oh, yeah. Yes. I love y'all.
I love you too. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. Have we ever, since we're talking about lies?
Yeah.
Are lies inherently evil?
So we're saying any type of lie, big, small.
Yep.
Inherently evil. Well,
And maybe I shouldn't do evil. It makes a dark tone.
It
I mean,
it
is after dark. But anyway, I know. Let's say inherently wrong.
Okay. I will let you start.
Okay.
You're the guest. Hello.
How kind of you.
You're very
Give me the
welcome.
floor.
Yes, this is. I'll give you the glass.
So, cheers. So are lies inherently wrong? I would have to say, at the bottom line, all the way down to the ground, yes, they are.
Okay.
I do understand that you have lies that you sometimes tell to protect people. Sometimes you say lies to think, well, it's nothing serious, and that may be your opinion, but at the end of the day, when you break it down, when it comes down to the bottom line, a lie versus the truth, I think it hinders going forward. It puts a pause on things.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
I say my simple answer is yes. But my complex answer is no.
Imagine that.
Yeah. And why I say no is because you being truthful about everything is hurtful. So you have to know when it's appropriate to lie in occasions to not come off as a type of person. Because you don't want to go around like someone, like someone says something to you at work or something. You just don't say what's on your mind because you can get fired. I mean, I say everything I want to at
I was
work.
going to say, I say everything that is on my mind.
But I'm saying not everyone has that ability because, their job is their lifeline.
Yeah.
And so, some people don't have the skills that we all three have that can overcome those things that happen to us. So, and or to your grandmother, would you sit there and say to
Yes.
that you would tell the truth?
No, I would lie to my grandma.
Oh, I'm talking about telling the truth.
Oh, would I tell the truth to my grandma?
Yes.
It depends.
That's what I'm saying. She's whatever age she is, and she's sitting there asking you, how do you do blah blah blah? Do you tell her the truth? And you're like,
I tell my grandmother the truth, and because my grandmother has pre-dementia,
okay.
so one of the factors of it,
Oh no,
even
I'm not laughing.
but I mean it's not. I understand. So even though we talked about it, reality is we're probably gonna have this conversation
Again, right? Yeah, I get that.
Let's go ahead and just be honest with it.
Yeah.
Grandma, and that's also because back in the day, Grandma had the strap.
She had the strap.
She had the strap.
Well,
Dang.
So look the
Yeah,
strap.
for those that don't know what that is, it's long, it hurts, it leaves welts.
And it's not pleasurable.
No.
Maybe that's what you're thinking.
No.
It ain't pleasurable.
No, it's not.
Well, my grandma didn't have the strap. She made you go get the switch. And if you came back with a thick switch, she went and got it herself. Not that thin switch that's going to have more range of motion. And then, if she didn't have options that she wanted, she just grabbed a hoe. And I ain't talking about the hoe I am. I'm talking about the garden tool. She'll grab a hoe.
Like a handheld hoe? Or the long hoe?
The long hoe, girl. The long hoe. I've been hit with the long hoe, the garden hose,
That's not funny.
I've been hit with the broomstick. I've been hit with several broomsticks.
I'm sorry. This is problematic.
Abuse is not funny.
It's not funny. However, I'm with you because I done got hit with a whole number range of things.
Yes, I decided
To answer my own question, I would say my answer is that I do not think that lies are inherently wrong. I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation and the person. Case in
The
point.
person, yes.
Case in
I
point.
agree with that too.
If I had a Coke or something in my cup, and you were like, "What are you drinking?" and I was like, "Water." Am I a wrong person? No, I don't think so. But I think what we attribute to lies is a break of trust.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was going to say when you said, depending on the person, like if you said you had a Coke and he's like, no, it's the water. Yeah, it would be a joke, but in the back of that person's mind,
Right.
the trust, like, why would you lie to me? And if you would lie to me about that, something
Right.
so small and trivial.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, like, if it's your significant other.
Oh,
This is a good question. Would you want your significant other to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth at all times?
Yes.
yeah.
Lies. Lies.
No.
Lies. And I'm gonna tell you. I'm about to get them. I'm gonna get them right now.
No.
Here it is. Okay. If they say, you say, babe,
Mm-hmm.
these pants make my ass look fat,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, yeah.
Okay.
No, I would.
I'd be like, I want them
I'ma
to say.
handle it.
I want them to say no.
I'd be like, and when you say yes to this question, you mean it fat in a good way?
I was
I was like, because I be wanting you to look fat. I was like,
there are levels.
I know.
What?
Sometimes I'm just saying, lie to me.
But
Lie to
see,
me, because I don't need to know.
I feel that lies, if you have, say I lied to you about something, Rafiq, okay? You were wearing a shirt that I said, oh, it looks so good on you. I'm gonna take, well, no, I'll take a real example, because I'd never tell her something like that.
I can attest to that. He'll say, are you wearing that?
Yeah. I know, because I won't directly say. I'll ask a question about what you're wearing. No. So I went shopping with a girlfriend of mine a few years ago. We were in the dressing room. The department store was not happy about that. There was like a man. I'm gay. She said, I don't care. The lady said, I don't care. I said, well, I'm staying. I don't know. You gotta kick me out. Anyways, not the story. So I'm in there and my friend's trying on stuff. She asked me, she said, hey, what do you think about this shirt? And it was our first time shopping together. So I didn't know if she wanted me to lie to her or if she wanted the truth. So I asked, I said, would you like the truth or would you like a lie? And she was like, tell me the truth. I was like, okay. I'm a very blunt person. So I told her, I said, so it looks like you're 6 months pregnant. That's literally what I said about the shirt she was wearing. And she took a moment and was like, because I could see it written all over her face. And she's about to read me until next week. And I said, hold up before you get upset. I said, would you rather me tell you in this dressing room with you and I that this shirt makes you look like this, or would you rather buy it, wear it thinking you look cute, and walk down the street and 10 people think what I just said? She was like, you're right. I said, I know. Now take it off. Like, so that's what I'm like, if you are in a position with the people that you're around, and I feel that you should be with anybody that you have around in your circles, you should have that openness. You should be able to just be truthful all the time. You shouldn't have to lie.
Yeah.
I feel like lying in your inner circle is wrong. You should not do that. Outside the circle, it's a per case base.
Yeah.
So
I'm with that. Like I said, it depends.
Lies are bad, kids.
Chids. Chids.
It's hitting.
That menage a trois.
It's hitting.
Oh, we turned off the camera?
Oh, wait.
Wine.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
We're not done. Oh, now you are. But how was gonna say? Because you brought up a good point in your story when you were talking about telling her how you felt. Do you all feel that people will ask questions just for conversation? Because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just, what is the purpose of them asking your opinion?
Some people need the affirmation. Like, they already think something of themselves, and they just want to hear someone else say it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also to add on to another thought in my head, I probably don't probably.
What?
I feel like I was trying to get to, because I never got to the official point. It's like, if I were to lie to you, Kris were to lie to you, that's building up. That's building something up in you that's a lie. And you're going around thinking it's the truth. And so now, when someone comes in with a harsh reality of the truth that don't know you and it's going to tell you like it is, then you're going to get tore down. And because it's been built up so high, it's going to be a deeper crash.
Or, conversely, since perception is reality, and we talked about perception in our prior episodes, y'all go scroll down there and click it, find it. Since perception is reality, your lie can help build a reality. And it is science has proven, not me, this isn't just me, this is science, this is like people like the science people.
Not Bill Nye.
He is a science person. Has no science degree, I don't think. But he is a science person. Anyway, the science people have proved that you are more likely to get a better reaction out of people purely based off of your energy and what you already think about yourself. And so if I wanted to, not necessarily, I don't, because it was not the goal, right? So the point of the question is, if I wanted you to feel good about yourself and whatever you were wearing, whether or not I liked it, and I said, oh yeah, I think you should wear it. And then you started saying, oh yeah, because Rafik says I should wear it, so I'm going to wear it. And then you wear it and you exude this confidence. Then you could kind of be creating this reality for yourself. So my lie helped build confidence in you, which changed your outlook.
Whatever makes you sleep better at night.
I'm just saying, I just don't think that it's inherently wrong, though, you know, the Bible says so. But I think it's hard though, because you gotta really like gauge it.
The Bible is the whole.
I also feel like
You saw me sip this sweet, glorious.
I also feel like
blend
if
of-
I know, like, so I'm very intuitive with my friends because I read energy really well. So if I feel like you can't handle the truth that I'm going to give you, I'm not going to tell it to you. And I don't care how close you are. So if something happened and I felt like you couldn't handle it, like I wouldn't just tell you the truth. Like I would have to break you in slow.
Situational lies are different, I think. Like if I recently had a hardship that came in and then you found out something that isn't necessarily need to be told to me at that point, I think holding that information is better than telling me something, telling me a lie.
So is withholding information a lie?
Oh no. I don't think it is.
Because I feel like if that was the case, then we're all liars every day.
I already think that we as humans are liars.
Because I have,
But
because I have knowledge that some people don't have.
Yeah.
So every person I meet, am I supposed to just say all those things?
No.
That's withholding information because I have it here.
Withholding information that is brought to, the subject is brought to you, and you have information on it.
ooh, can we make it really juicy, like a relationship? Ooh, like
wanna go there?
let's paint the
No, let's
scene.
go there.
Let's paint the
Let's
scene.
go.
Okay,
Let's roll.
Kris, you are in a relationship, very committed relationship, and I am privy to some tea about your significant other, and you come and you say, man, you're like complaining about them because they, you know how men do. That I'm going over here, you know, hang with the dudes, blah blah blah. I don't want, okay,
Right.
we're talking about it, okay. But I know that he going to see somebody else. Now, I would say that in the beginning of your relationship, and you're like swimming, like if you're still in cupcake stage, it's probably not the time for me to say, you know that dude is over there with Barbara Ann. I'm sorry to all the barbers out there, or Barbara Ann's. It's just the name that came to my head. I want y'all to get.
That's when you go back to Tabitha.
Did I use Tabitha because I like Tabitha Brown on Instagram? I love you so much, Tabitha.
Because that's our business.
I would say that, like, maybe, like, this isn't the time. Because if I, you know, a lot of times, you know, in the cupcake, someone tell you about your significant other, you deflect. You project your insecurity and your anger about the situation onto the person, the friend, the person that got your back. And then it's going to turn into, I want your man. And I'm going to tell you that I don't want him because he over there talking to Barbara Ann.
Well, now that you brought that subject up,
Talk to me. Talk to me.
you do have a correct point. I'll just put it like that.
Correct point.
You don't get messy when you start talking about love.